Hello, Steve White. Trackboy89 for Steve Arts 89. I know it's not a Star Trek video, but it is science fiction related. And I do believe there was a crossover between Alien and Star Trek, so it's all, all related. But yeah, Alien Romulus has come out, and most people are loving it. I've heard one or two things that concern me, but for the most part I'm hearing nothing but good things, except for, good old Robert Meyer Burnett, that right-wing adjacent individual. He is kind of trashing the film, and he's saying it's basically just an Alien's greatest hits that's got nothing to say. It really just regurgitates all the elements from the other films and is just a really bad film, and he couldn't stand it. Now, the only thing I've heard that I do find offensive, apparently one of the characters says to one of the aliens, "Get away from her, you bitch." No, you don't take an iconic line like that and use it again and undermine it, because people who see this film and then see Aliens see that line as like the copy or parody, and they don't take that seriously, and undermines the original line and the original delivery, and that was wrong. Aside from that, I don't have any problems with what they've done from what I've heard. There's this really weird idea that, and people have this very contradicting idea that if you're going to do a sequel or a film in a series, it has to be totally different from what's been done before. You can't just do the same thing. And I'm like, that's kind of the point of a sequel and a series. It's like, okay, it's the same characters and setting, but it's a different story. Or, that's just how it's supposed to be. There's going to be elements that are specifically alien, that there are things people want to see. They want to see a face hugger. They want to see the alien, they want the sense of the original film, or the second film, or a continuation, or some sort of merging, or some area of that universe explored. That's what they want. And this idea that, well, you can't have a film for new people, because that's what this seems to be. It's like, well, we're bringing out all the cool things about the other Alien films and putting them in this new film, so new people come and watch this, and it's like the first time. But for people who are familiar with the series, obviously they're going to get all the references and see where they're taken from stuff. Now, the sort of praise of the film is that it's all very well produced, and it's really just the end where it gets a bit B sort of horror movie, and I'm not sure exactly what that meant. No one went into details. They didn't want to spoil it. But this idea that you can't just do an Alien film and have those elements without it being some sort of artistic failure. And you have these people who watch things, and it's like, well, this needs to tell me something new. This needs to tell me something I haven't seen before because I've seen the original. Well, people saw the original and they want to see it again. Or people haven't seen the original, and this will be the first time they'll be seeing it, so they want it to be a very alien story with elements like that's in the first film. So you either do like a little horror, haunted house sort of story, or you do a big sort of war epic with monsters. That's sort of the two sort of, either side of like the Alien sort of franchise. You either sort of go to one side, the other, or something between. As long as you're exploring some area of that universe and you're using the same characters and the same canon elements and the Waco company or whatever it was, that's fine. And I don't have any problem with people doing that. And this idea that you have these gatekeepers who, it's like, well, this is how I think things should be done, and I think that all these elements of story and plot are, and canon are the most important thing, and because they're really easy to quantify, and there's no emotion or feeling or artistry, and it's just very simple to sort of say this is wrong or this is right, and if they don't like it, if they don't relate to it, if they don't feel it, then it's just bad and poorly written, poorly produced or whatever. And it's just this mentality that goes along with looking at films. It kind of drives me a little bit nuts. So I don't have any problem with sequels using elements from earlier films, not specific things like a line like "Get away from her, you bitch," but just the general sort of setup that people go to a planet and then they find, oh gee, there's scientists experimenting on aliens have gotten loose and now we're being hunted through dark corridors like the first film. There's nothing wrong with doing that. That's what I would expect when I see an Alien film. And if you're expecting something else, why are you there? If you don't like those elements of the first film or the second film, then why are you an Alien fan? Why are you watching the show? Just let people have their Alien movie and leave them in peace to enjoy their Alien movie. You don't like Alien, you don't want to see the same sort of scenarios and same sort of scenes and themes that were in the first couple of films, then go watch something else instead of telling people, make something totally different so I'm surprised because I've seen all the other films. People who saw those films and liked them want to revisit them, and people who haven't they're entitled to that experience for the first time, like that you had when you saw the first film. So just Robert Meyer Burnett annoyed me with that one, and I had to comment on it. It's something I've sort of noticed here and there, but it was just really clear in this sort of attack on, alien Romulus, which I still haven't seen. But I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think of, Alien Romulus, and if it, used too much and relied too much on elements from the other films, or if it delivered what fans want in an Alien film by giving people all those sort of things that we, have loved about the other films.